Kipper, ladies and gentlemen, and we're having a good time. He was the drummer for the Sound of Soul, and also the drummer for the Marauders, the Marvelous Marauders, and so that's where the history starts.
Actually, it starts quicker than that because me and him, we used to hang in the neighborhood. We were the neighborhood team. He has photos to document. He has photos to document our musical moves. We used to bolt from the sports facility in our band uniforms and show up at the gig with plumes and shit. And we would change our clothes and come out in our rock star shit and blaze. That's what we're talking about.
Riding in the U-Haul, changing clothes.
Lord have mercy. Yeah, man.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah,
so tonight, you know, it's a David Brady. Bill Luboff, our early mentor and high school rude boy. We were reunited for the David Brady thing, and I'd forgotten I did Dave Brady shows back in the day.
Whenever they need a sub.
You know, so we're rolling down there. The first time I went to Rochester with him. Anyway, so we're doing that tonight. We did Gypsy last night. Gypsy, what can we say about Gypsy? Gypsy, I'm wearing it. Can you see it? I'm living Gypsy. It's all up in me. So that was last night, and you know, so the story goes on. New Primitives is happening. I'm doing that. And
let's say that again real slow, because his group now is called New Primitives, ladies and gentlemen. And so, that's how many pieces you got there? That's
New Primitives is anywhere from, it's basically 5, but a lot of times it's 8. You know, it's a world beat organization. We've had a lot of wonderful things happen with that band. We've won, you know, the Minnesota Music Awards the last 4 years in a row. Are you guys leaving?
Oh, okay.
Good night, sweethearts.
Hey, listen, we'll stay in touch, okay? We got to stay in touch. All right. Thanks for that. Did you pause it real quick? Okay, we'll edit that out. But, yeah, so now you guys got Chico. We should have Chico, well, at least mention that, because he plays sometimes with the Gypsy Band with you and all the time with you in the
Chico Perez. I've been playing with him for a long time. We do a lot of cool things together, a lot of kids programs, a lot of team building stuff for these corporations, a lot of conflict resolutions in these schools. So we not only walk the walk, but we talk the talk. You heard? Lord have mercy. And that's some of the things that I think our viewers need to know about some of these musicians. They don't just come here to collect a plaque and then that's all they do. No, there's a lot of community stuff going on here. Matter of fact, this is kind of like a high school reunion in a lot of ways. I mean, there's a lot of people here that you see when we first started playing, and you forget about all these connections that were made here. You want to talk about cross-cultural stuff going on in the Midwest. This is a real opportunity to see that. A lot of the racial relationships that are going on here, the music is responsible for this. All these communities that come together behind music in Minnesota, truly wonderful thing. And there's a long history of that. Don Forte, right there. Come here, man.
Come on in.
This is Don Forte. Don Forte, we go way back.
Good.
This is Don Forte. He got his Hall of Fame award last night on the Gypsy set as well. Don goes way back here. We were in California together. We have a long history. Our story goes on as well.
It's true. Say hello to the viewers here, Don.
Hey, Noel, how you doing? It was great, though, that they finally honored guys on the other side of it, you know, on the production side. You know,
boys to go in.
Me and Tim were like the first guys to do that, you know, and you know, I mean, you see what Tim did. I mean, Tim went on to work with Billy Joel, Paul Simon, Fleetwood Mac, all those people. You know, and I went and did Linda Ronstadt, James Taylor, and Jackson Browne, all them people. And it's about, you know, and everybody says, you know, it's about time they did this, you know. And I got to hand it to Doug and Cindy. You know, they really stepped up and did it. You know, and I think it's really cool.
Well, you know, it's true to me that if
the ones that made it happen, you know.
If you don't have a good sound crew, you don't sound good.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got to have the people to get your things right, you know.
Plus, you know, it goes to show that the guys in Minnesota the production guys in Minnesota not only were equipped here, but they were equipped when they got out of here. All the boys on our set kicked ass in California and all that. Excuse my language, viewers, I'm going to have to edit my stuff. But our boys are nationwide.
We paid our dues here first before we headed out.
That's right. But we learned how to be nationwide.
So we hit the big time. We knew what we were doing, right?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Well, peace and respect, brothers and sisters. We gotta go.
Yeah.
I got a
Hey,
show
Larry.
to do.
Yeah.
Man, I need to hear you sing the Otis Redding tune one more time.
Break something, my brother.
Oh, yeah, you know, which one was that one?
You got to.
You got to.
Jack Satter is a native of Minnesota. He got his start working in the distribution warehouse at Pilature Brothers in the early 70s. He was rewarded with his work by becoming the Midwest promotion representative for United Artist Records, and later he became that label's national promotion director. That stint brought him to the attention of Bruce Lundvall, who tapped Jack as senior vice president of his new label, Manhattan Records, in the mid-'80s. Jack changed his promotional gears in 1992 and went to work for a smaller label, Jive Records, as the head of promotion. And there, Jack took the label that had been making $25 million a year to a label that netted over $850 million a year, thanks to his discovery of artists like the Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears. 8 years ago, Jack moved back to the Twin Cities, and he's still engaged in the music industry. But what I think you should know is some of the music that Jack has brought to the United States. Hits like Don McLean's American Pie, Robert Palmer's Simply Irresistible, Jerry Rafferty's Baker Street, Kenny Rogers' The Gambler, John Waite's Missing You, Kim Carnes, Betty Davis Eyes, David Bowie's Let's Dance, Bobby McFerrin's Don't Worry, Be Happy. In short, if it weren't for Jack Satter, classic rock and oldies radio stations would have no music to play. I'm very pleased and proud to present to you the newest member of the Minnesota Rock and Country Hall of Fame, Jack Satter.
All right, thank you, Tom. I'm very proud to be recognized by the Minnesota Rock and Roll Hall of Fame here. Like Tom said, I'm from Minnesota, even though I did most of my work away from Minnesota, in New York and LA. But I'm very proud of the artists, the managers, the other record people I work with around the country, and all, you know, at the end, working with the Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears. I mean, I could stay here for a half hour thanking people that I worked with in my career, but I really want to thank two people that sadly are no longer with us, that if it wouldn't have been for them, I would not have been in the record business. One was a gentleman by the name of Bob Dahl, who was a record buyer over at J.L. Marsh, and the other was a gentleman by the name of Peter Belzer, who was a regional sales manager for United Artists. Without the help of those two men, I would have never been in the business. Anyway, thanks again to the Minnesota Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I've seen the battle lines from Memphis